today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the April 6th, the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means you and I can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Please send those emails early, just with internet service providers. And in today's day and age with the internet, best to get it in quicker. To me, that'd be great. And of course, in our Tiger's Den, like Peter, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Magical Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, we got all the indices in the green. The Dow is up 1,190 points. That's nearly 6% to the upside, 8%. And change to the upside is the semiconductors up 117 points. They're trading at 1560. Spot volatility index, that is the fly in the financial ointment. Trading out at 44.28. And we're going to really have to see where this closes. I believe right now it's still above its 50-day exponential moving average. So we'll check in on that. Gold's up $47, running pretty close to smack dab into resistance soon. We will take a look at that level. Silver's up 59 cents, 4% to the upside. That is a big move. Light sweet crude back $1.85. Natural gas up 10 cents, a big move there. Dollar-wise to the upside, Booking Holdings leading the charge, up $104. AutoZone is up 12% or $98. Google's up 71. Amazon, did I say Amazon? No, Amazon's up 64. Chipotle's up $56. Man, that is a move in Chipotle. To the downside, I don't know. What can we find to the downside that's not an ETF? Zoom Video Communications is down $8 or 6% out there. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. Peter had requested to take a look at the ES Mini and gold. So let's go take a look at the ES Mini. We're going to do this here and take a look at the 2-hour time frame charts. All of the equity futures contracts doing the same thing. We're in extra innings out here of the TD9 count. Now, it has formed, the 2-hour time frame, Peter, has formed a TD9 count. It did that at 12 noon. We now are in the bar after bar number 9. That's the extra inning out there. And oftentimes, if a TD9 count is going to identify a top or a bottom, we're going to see that occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. Worked pretty good at the last bottom that we had out here. And that was at about, what time was it? About 4 o'clock in the afternoon on April Fool's Day. There was a slight push lower, but price never closed below that. And that, quite frankly, on about 10 o'clock on April 2nd, created the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Now, the resistance level, it's not so important that we've created this 9-count pattern on a 2-hour time frame. It's that, and this 2-hour bar does not end for another 50 minutes, or just shy of 50 minutes. 2 p.m. is when this bar ends. My experience, this is now your experience, my experience is that when the TD9 counts complete before resistance, that is telling us something. So watch this 26, 29, 50 level during this next hour out here, about by 2 o'clock. If price is unable to take that and we start to see price pull a move lower, then now what we're doing here on the 2-hour time frame chart is looking for levels of support. Well, right now, price is above the top of its profile. So we have the top of its profile, old resistance. Is that new support? I don't know. It is a support level to be watching for. So on a pullback, we'd be looking at 25.86. Below that are 2 other profiles, but in between those 2 other profiles, we've got Stevie's green line. That's currently 25.72. You've got support at 25.53 and 25.64 as well. Those are the 3 different profile levels that we had out there. So what we should be anticipating is that the market is going to run out of steam. Now, what if it doesn't? What if it just says, Steve-O, I don't like your 9 counts? That's a possibility. And so therefore, continuing on would tell us about a very strong momentum move out here. But be careful. Again, do not get sucked up into these numbers. It's always about where is support and where is resistance. Nothing could be more important than with the wide ranges that we have than understanding that. And right now on the 2-hour time frame chart, price is running smack dab into resistance with a topping pattern that's out there. And it is just not the ES. It, as I said, it's all of them. What do you mean all of them? Well, I mean all 4. The ES, the NQ, the Dow, the Russell 2000. Now, in the case of the NQ, maybe the NQ is going to be the one to really give us a message here. You can see that price right now has made its way up into about 79.40. That's the TD9 count breakdown level. The actual high, is 79.40. So we know price has tested thus far, even just by 8 points, has rejected that level. Be careful. If you're going to ask me, would now be the time to initiate a long position? No, of course not. Why would you enter into a long position up near resistance and with a topping pattern that may actually form here? We'll see. Time will tell. Just to be careful. Be careful out here. Let's go take a look at the Dow Equity Futures contract out here and look at it and see its TD9 count and see that it too is below a key level of resistance. That level of resistance, well, just have to pull the chart back further, is 22,334 out here. So that's its level. Now support on a 2-hour time frame for the Dow is about 21,839 or 21,704, 21,651, 21,557. Those would be the numbers to be watching. Obviously, the bigger, larger number first, because that would be the first area of possible support. The Russell 2000, which is an outperformer today, it's up nearly 7%, only being outperformed by the semis out here. Well, it too has got a TD9 count. Now, in its case, where the Russell 2000 has clearly been the weakest of the indices out here, it still holds that mantle. It's so far away from its TD9 count breakdown level, which is 1166, it's got to make you say, something to think about. So Peter and everybody else in the audience, it's very simple with regard to where are the markets right now? And where they are right now is heading right smack dab into pièce de résistance with the TD9 count. So you'll have a pretty good feel between 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. If these highs are taken out, it's going to tell you about a very strong momentum move. And if you start to see price pull back, now you know why, and now you know some levels of support to be observing. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back. Excuse me. Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 1174, S&P 136. So we had a request to go take a look at this ticker symbol here. Equinix is the Equinix Gold Corp. EQX is the ticker symbol. So what do we know about this instrument? First, we really only have profile data for its daily and its weekly. Now, if you take a look at the data on the very left-hand panel, that's a daily time frame chart. You'll see that there's really only two lines, a green and a red. That's because the center profile is right at the bottom of the box. 546 is strong support. Do you have to worry about that? No, not now. But look how this thing, once the profile formed, price closed above that 546 level each time, even though it had pushed lower, quite a bit lower on a daily basis back on March the 19th out there. But at the end of the day, price found support at that 546. That was telling you something. Now, price is above the top of its profile, 667. So 667 would be or should be a support level. Old resistance on any kind of a pullback out here. On a weekly profile, you've got a brand new weekly profile that is formed. Now, this is bearish in structure. Bearish in structure because the center line is at 690, and that is closer in proximity to the top of the profile at 803 versus the bottom at 520. Is it an overly bearishly structured profile? No. Because that's a fairly wide range, and you probably at 650 or so, you'd be right in the center of the profile. Nonetheless, as long as price remains above that center line, 690, this would suggest a run up to about the 803 area. Now, because there's such a lack of data out here for this instrument, I can only use my other tools to really take a look at the daily time frame. So when price formed a high out here, it was with the TD9 count. It was also with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping pattern. When it made its bottom, it made it with a TD9 count. You sort of get the idea why we spent that first segment taking a look at the 2-hour time frame charts for the equity futures contract to understand what's going on intraday, and that we focus not just on the support and resistance level, but the actual count. Why do we do that? We just look after chart and chart and chart and chart, and we see that oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes, this is where we begin to see a change in trend out there. Okay, so it forms that bottom. Price gets above Stevie's red line. That's priced at about the 667 level out here. And you've got the top of the daily profile. Price is able to close above the top of that, I'm sorry, the weekly profile that we looked at. 8 and change, I believe. If price can get through that, then we ought to see price make a run for its breakdown level. And that's at the 864 area. So that's what I see when I take a look at ticker symbol EQX. That was Equinox Gold Corp out there. That was for John in the Tiger's Den. No, let's stay here. I have a request that has come in from, give me 1 second, from Robert. And Robert writes in, he says, hey, Steve, crude oil, as well as the oil exploration equities, have taken a beating over the last few weeks. You can say that. Which one of the following ETFs has the strongest chart for taking a long position with an intermediate term time frame? USO, XOP, or XLE? That's an easy question for me to answer. None of them. None of them from an intermediate term time frame look good to Steve-O. All right, let's go take a look at it. Let's just go take a look at the charts out here. Let's start with XOP. And I would really differentiate XOP and XLE from the USO. For the USO, we would just really be focused on its the way that light sweet crude is trading and make decisions based upon that. Here, when we take a look at the XOP, this forms a bottom out here, and it does it with wave number 7. That's letter G. It does it with a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That bottom wasn't confirmed until it generated that bullish reversal candle. That was the bull sash candle that formed out here on March 24th. But you can see basically it's doing nothing. It's just trading sideways out here. Just trading sideways. Intermediate term would say, Steve-O, don't even look at the daily time frame. Just simply go take a look at the weekly time frames out here. And when I take a look at the weekly time frame, yes, there is a TD 9-count bottom that formed out here. And XOP may in fact be bouncing up into Stevie's red line at 45.61 out there. But is that like the bottom out here? Well, I don't know. Let's go take a look at the monthly time frame. See if we can pull this back far enough. Geez, we don't even have enough data here. But when I take a look at the monthly time frame, it doesn't look to me like a bottom is in. Granted, we're just in the early stages of the month out here. Even when I pull up the quarterly time frame, when I see XOP, it doesn't look to me like the. I mean, this is performing poorly, very poorly. And if we go switch over to the XLE, which we're going to do here right now, we've got the daily time frame charting. This actually looks a bit stronger than XOP does, forms the same kind of Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, but really, Robert, it's just trading sideways out here. It's got lots of overhead resistance. And for USO, we're not really going to take a look at the USO. Instead, we're just simply going to go take a look at light sweet crude. And so to do that, now light sweet crude, see if I have it here. I do. Light sweet crude, actually. So of the 3 instruments out there, the one that looks the best to me would be light sweet crude. But even that, you better be trading light sweet crude and not USO. This is not the time to be trading the ETF for light sweet crude. Price is likely gunning for its gap. And the gap would either be the high of March the 11th, that's 36.73, or it could be the low of March the 6th out there. And that is at 41.43. But why? I mean, I get it. If you're trading the futures contracts, well, then it becomes much easier. You've got stops in place. They're likely not going to get jumped out here. And while you've got a feud going on between the Russians and the Saudis, and who knows what part it is that we're playing in there, I just don't see it here, Robert, that this is the space to really focus on. I don't see this as a big winner chicken dinner kind of a trade out here. And I may be wrong. Absolutely. I could be just dead wrong. But at this stage here, I don't see it, Robert. And I would rather you keep your powder dry than take a look at a trade here. So I hope that helps you out. Now, I should go back because Peter had asked about gold. So let's go take a look at gold. And I'll put up this gold chart here. I'll share this, what I put in here over the weekend so that subscribers could understand where gold was likely headed to. And so let me put this on the weekly time frame, because it was really weekly that I was generating these little trend lines out here. So here are the current, what I consider to be the current trend lines in gold, and to help us to understand that gold is likely headed up to test this resistance level. Now today, that number is about 1709. Tomorrow it's just a tad higher out here, but it's in the 1709, 1710-ish area out there. Expect and anticipate that is your resistance zone for Goldilocks. If we stop and take a breather, would just simply mean let's go see how gold is trading in all of the currencies out here. You're at a new all-time high in gold in terms of euros. You're not a new all-time high in terms of pounds or yen, but I believe gold priced in dollars should go hit that 1709, 10, 11-ish area before it then begins to pull back again. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to take a look at ticker symbol INTC. That's Intel for one of our dinners out here. I don't know if you're long, you're strong. whatever it might be, but it is about ready to run into a resistance. Resistance is 57.71. That is the top of its daily profile. If price can clear that, it may make a move to 60.75. That would be the top of its bearish structured weekly profile. Now, just began the week, but price is trading above the top of its not the top, the center of its weekly profile at 55.86. And that would say that puts the odds that price will continue to move higher. But we can see you got that resistance level at 57.71 out here. Price has taken out a swing point. It's done with very light volume. The volume that we're referring to is March 30th that had 32 million shares, and today you're at 13 million shares. Even if we double it, which would not be a very good way to do math out here, you're way short on volume. Does Intel have a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside? Heavens to Betsy, no. Intel is just making a counter trend move out here, just like the entire market. It's just making a counter trend move. We've got such large ranges out here that these counter trends can look like rallies of, for a half a year or more out there. Don't get so focused on the percentage gains or losses we see from day to day and the large dollar amounts. That is not what it's about. It's about understanding where support and resistance is. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart here for Intel, we're going to see that the counter trend rally should fail at about that 57.98-ish area. That's Stevie's green line out there. If this is more than a counter trend rally, and it's possible inside of Intel, Intel's chart looks relatively strong compared to some of the others that we've looked at, even like the S&P and the Dow and so on and so forth. But still, 57.98, that range is where the counter trend rally inside of Intel may run into all kinds of problems out here. If we take a look at the monthly time frame, forms a nice seventh wave move. That is letter G. As part of the Chapman wave tools out there, it generates a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern. Typically, price will push its way down to support. Did that happen yet? No. Is price below Stevie's green line? It is. What does that mean? It means so far the move just back up here is nothing more than the counter trend move. Maybe setting up an A to B equals CD to the downside, not to the upside out here. And Intel may get down to test about the 34.93 level out here. So what do I see in Intel? Hey, it looks great. It looks beautiful out here, but it's got some real resistance, and it may run into a counter, the end of its counter trend move out there. That's what I see, BJ22 out there when I take a look at Intel. Hope that helps you out. We've got a request here from, who is this from? This is from Mike. This is Mike in Niagara Falls. Should I sell the stake and buy the stock? What is that? Oh, ticker symbol, RUTH. You should never sell a steak. You should always eat it medium rare. In fact, I think I'm going to have a nice filet for dinner tonight. Gotta love it. So with regard to Ruth's Chris out here, what do we know about it? Right now, trading in between profiles on a daily time frame. So here's your range out here. Mike, it's between 355 and 724. And you're asking, should you buy this stock? I don't know. We're going to go see if it formed any kind of a bottom. Ruth's Chris, that is. You can take a look at a brand new weekly profile that formed. And so this would be, so you've got a bullish structured daily, bullish structured weekly. Those are two nice things out here. The bottom of the weekly profile, 453, the center is where it's trading right now, which is in the it's trading at 660. The center of the box is actually 674. So, the center of box, you have both buyers and sellers that are lined up here. And you got the top of the profile at 724. Mike, I'd rather not see you try to buy it up towards resistance. And that's really where you're at right now. You're up towards resistance on the daily, and you're at either, you're kind of at a resistance level. You're at a resistance level. You're not kind of. You're at a resistance level when it comes to the weekly time frame chart. Let's pull over the other charts, see what we can figure out here, see what signals, if anything, have formed on the daily or the weekly or maybe even the monthly time frame. The daily formed a TD9 count bottom. So that was on March the 19th out here. Makes an initial move. I don't have a level of resistance as to why it began failing right there on March 27th. Has pulled back. I don't necessarily Yeah, I don't. So nothing more that I can add here for you, Mike. I'd rather you buy support. So if you're looking to buy a restaurant, which I'd say, something to think about there, because we have no idea how the restaurants are going to pull out of this thing. Well, let's face it, the majority of restaurants are going to fail. They're going to fail. There's not enough cash that you can infuse in all these different programs that are out there. These restaurants are going to fail. Restaurants, most restaurants can't make it to the next week if they have a bad Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I mean, that's where they make their money out here. And I don't know. So, Mike, let me just go take a look at the weekly time frame chart. We'll just whatever I think has no bearing on what the charts are telling us. So right here, just really trying to communicate to you about what the charts are saying. Do I have a bottom signal on the weekly? I do not out here. I don't have price coming back to a level of support that even makes sense. At this stage, if I take a look at the monthly time frame chart, maybe the monthly at least tested a level of support, and that was at 605. Actually, got back to even $4 out here, and these are the TD 9-count breakout levels. And it looks like on Ruth's Chris, that gets you all the way back down to the bottom. Mike, be careful out here. I know you want to eat steak and buy steak. I'd rather you buy support, and that's probably about 478 versus 660 out there. Or I'd rather you buy the breakout because it was able to clear some resistance levels. But I would prefer you not buy resistance, which in essence is where Ruth Chris is getting ready to trade into, which is in about the 724-ish range out there. So hope that helps you out. No, I'll tell you, Duffy, where to buy steaks if you can get them. There's a company called Halperns, Halperns. I believe that they are out of Atlanta. And I believe that the partners there split off from a company, Buckhead Beef out there. Now, what's cool about their steaks, it's really kind of ideal and perfect for the type of living that we're doing right now, is each of them come individually packed. So what's nice, you can buy them, you can keep in the refrigerator for a week or so, freeze them if you need to, pull them out, and it's great. But the fillets from Halperns, I'm going to tell you, do not need a knife. And I am being absolutely serious. You can cut these things with your fork. They are the best fillets that I've ever experienced out there. So, and now they're not going to be anywhere near as inexpensive as you can find at Costco. But I'm going to tell you, these things are great if you can find them in your area. Duffy writes in, and Duffy says, give me a second here. So Duffy says, where's Duffy? Can we take a look at SGL? So we can, and GDX. So let's go see what SGL is. I probably should know it. SGL can't be the right thing. I don't get anything. But I hear the music in my ears, so we're going to go to break, and we'll figure this out, what instrument it is that Duff wants to take a look at. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you'd like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we figured out the SGL. That was a reference to Stevie's green line out there. So it was the GDX that Dup wants to take a look at. So, one of the things I noticed here, so the GDX is trading into a swing point today, March the 26th. That has 48 million shares. You're at 16 today. This is pushing higher with mucho grande light volume out there. So be careful. Be careful. Now, if we wanted to know where Stevie's green line was, well, it's actually red, which is at 2384. So 2384 would be a support level on a pullback or on a retracement out here. That's what the daily time frame is showing us. Let's look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame for the GDX price is right up, sitting right now on Stevie's red line. So we can see that the oscillator on change line had recently changed colors. So you've got on the weekly basis, this is where it would be telling you that the counter trend rally would be over or being very close to over. So here's what I would say at this stage of the game to kind of put GDX in perspective with regard to gold. So with regard to gold, we covered this earlier, but I'm just going to put it back up on the screen out here. This is the weekly time frame, although it's a daily time frame I've got shown right now, but I'll put it back to the weekly. It's just a little bit easier to see. You can see the trend lines. So you can see the trend line resistance. So gold is moving into that, while at the same time the GDX is moving into a swing point or is in a swing point with much lighter volume. Now, I don't know if I can say be careful loud enough if you are long gold and the miners out here, but please adjust your stops at a minimum. Please adjust your stops. It's not looking like a pretty picture. It's looking like a pileup, if you will. And so please just be careful out there. Now, with regard to gold as well, it's not just that trend line. So that was a diagonal trend line that we were taking a look at. Let's go take a look at right here. Let's go take a look at the primary trading ranges. Where is gold trading right up into? If I were to have asked you where, this is before today's action, but knowing on a weekly basis that gold closed above 1628, and I were to ask you, where is gold likely to trade to before it runs into resistance again? What's the number? And looking at my screen, you would have given 1695.40. Yes. What are we trading at right now? 1694.30. Look, folks, just suggesting that you be careful. Let me just, for the heck of it, I don't know what. Well, I know what I can do here. Just curious. I can do it for a short period of time, short time frame. All right, let me do it a couple different ways. GC Oh, 620. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up the 30-minute time frame chart as soon as it populates for gold, because we want to understand, hey, on a short-term time frame, what is Goldilocks doing? Do we see any kind of a topping signal to go along? And I don't. Well, let me just. No, I don't. I don't believe we do. Not yet. Not yet. Give me a second here. Maybe I shouldn't have hit the refresh. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, I'm going to skip that chart. I'm going to go to Plan B out here. Oh, I see what happened. That was my fault. I hit the refresh, and it's refreshing just really about everything. Okay, so let's go do this here. Let's take a look at both gold and silver. I just want to see where it's at right now with regard to the 9 counts out here, really for both of them. Try to get a feel. Now, the silver contract, that doesn't look right unless there was some big spike. Yeah. I'm going to have to reset this because I don't. Silver didn't trade up to 1620. So I've got something that's wrong on these 30-minute charts. Okay, so like I've just got. So I don't see a topping signal on the short-term time frame just yet. But we do know that price is trading up into resistance. So I just say, look, I'm not saying you exit your trade, but for goodness sakes, I would adjust those stops big time out there. I think somebody had asked, how is gold trading in all the currencies? If we didn't look at that, it's trading higher in all the currencies. No, I think we did. We already did. Okay, so we're all covered there. Let me just see if there's, I think I've gotten everything inside the Tiger's Den. If not, would you go ahead and repost? But I do see I've got a question here from HD. He says, would you look at the XLF and an ample for support and resistance? So yes, absolutely. So give me a second here to change over to a different. So let's go take a look at XLF first out here. And I'll get Apple going on a different screen. Oops. And so give me a moment here. Sorry about that. Truly multitasking now. So the XLF. All right, but you don't know. You're just looking for support and resistance. So in the XLF, today, price is gapped up above resistance out here, HD, which was 2029. That was the top of its daily profile. So in this case here, 2029 would be a level of support. That'd be your first level of support. You've got a bullish structured weekly profile that would say that price could drive its way up to 2305. Let's come back over to Stevie's other charts and take a look at the daily time frame to figure out where support might be for the XLF. We're looking for Stevie's green line, but it's really red out here. And so in this case here, doesn't look like the XLF. I've got to update this. Give me a second here to do that now. Okay, reload all historical data. The price point that I'm coming up with right now, HD, is 1908, but let's give this a second here to calculate. And yeah, it is 1908. So 1908, you were looking for support. You were asking about resistance out here. And on the daily time frame, I really don't have it because we're trading above the top of the profile. And on the weekly, we're looking at the top of its weekly profile, which is 2305, and Stevie's red line at 2452. So that's what I see when I take a look at the XLF. Now, it's also trading into a recent swing point out here. That recent swing point was from back on March of 26. That had 129 million shares. HD, and today you're up with about as vapor of volume as you can get, 39 million shares. So there's no conviction behind this move out here in the case of the XLF. Let's go see if there's any conviction inside of Apple. And Apple is trading into a recent swing point. That formed a high. That was on March 31st. That had 49 million shares. This is a little bit better. At least it's got 25 million shares. But if we do the math on that, it's going to be well short of the 50 million shares out there. Okay. So what else can we find out about Apple out here? I don't know. Let's go take a look at its daily time frame and try to figure it out. God, they're all doing the same thing. Reload this historical data. So we can see the positive here in Apple, trading above Stevie's red line. Looks like it's priced around 241.16. You're asking for support and resistance. So one level of support inside of Apple is going to be 241.15 out there, and that is Stevie's red line. With regard to resistance, 263.97 would be the number. That is Stevie's green line on a monthly time frame. You can see that Apple here formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price did push its way down to support, which were its monthly profile levels out here. But if this is just truly a counter trend rally, which I suspect it is in the markets, we're going to see lower lows than the ones from a couple of weeks ago. In the case of Apple, the buy would be 169.50 or 142.20. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. As we go into this last segment here, let's finish out the last request from David in Long Island. Wants to take a look at TLRY. TLRY. Y is the ticker symbol, and you've got a nice bullish structured profile on its daily time frame out here, so you're going to want to watch 546. If price closes below 546, that would be the bottom of its daily bullish structured profile. That says that price heads back to the lows or lower out there, so I would be careful. Let's go take a look at its other daily time frame chart, see what patterns are out here as well. And when we pull this chart up, well, this makes all the sense in the world. This is where we began, in essence, our day today. We were looking at the 2-hour time frame charts, the resistance levels set up by the TD9 count. Voila. If we take a look at TLRY, it forms a TD9 count bottom, does with bar number 8. Where does price run up to and find resistance? The TD9 count resistance line, $9.30 out there. Price pulled back. It's pulled back into a possible area of support. Again, the bottom of that bullish structure daily profile, I believe that's 546. Below that support would be 425. And anything below 425 on TLRY says it continues to head south out there. So what do we know? Price is trading above support. It may make another run for 930. That would be the easy trade, David, if that's what you're looking at. You've got to have your stop below 425 or 546. But know that resistance where you're going to be looking to exit TLRY, if it can get back up there, is a resistance line that was already tested and rejected, and that's the $9.30 level. So, folks, to summarize it, because of how we began, remember, take a look at the TD9 count. Here is the TD9 count. Bar number 10, that's the bar following 9, can be the high out there. And what is price doing in the ES Mini? Trades right up into it, 26.2950. We're just looking at a chart, in essence, of TLRY and how it dealt with its TD9 count level. So over the next hour, you'll have a pretty good idea if we're going to see some kind of retracement back to support. And if the move just keeps continuing on, which it can, it tells you about the strong momentum. It may not have volume behind it, but the strong momentum. But right now, prices are up at resistance at 2 o'clock as we hand the show over to your favorite polar bear, David White. Have a magical Monday, folks. I look forward to seeing you on Turnaround Tuesday. Take care.